Hi, I'm Sally Theobald and I'm a professor at Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine and really happy to be part of Gear Up, Gender Equity and AMR. And I think so much work to date around AMR has been very biomedical, it's been very lab-based, and it doesn't show or tell or explain the whole picture. And we need to understand people's realities, how they're gendered, the choices that they make, and we need creative approaches in order to do that and in order to amplify different voices and different perspectives and ensure that responses that we build to tackle AMR are grounded and responsive to diverse realities. We need a holistic analysis if we're going to have real action and impact.
Collage, I think it's an environmentally sensitive method. You can do it using found things and secondhand things, and everything we'll use today is secondhand. Trying to communicate across different groups of people, different language barriers, and be sort of visually oriented. As technical, scientific communicators, we can engage people's hearts as well as their minds. I like doing the collage because it really makes you slow down and think in a different way and use your body in a different way, move around the room, very different to writing.
Gear Up is about catalysing action on gender and equity within antimicrobial resistance, which has so far been lacking. And where the research is currently being done is largely like surveillance data, which is done at a facility level. So what we want to encourage in Gear Up is to look beyond just the facility level, to recognise that social inequities influence whether people can access a facility in the first place. You need to understand the differences in equity to understand obviously who is affected more, which currently we don't know. So at a global kind of level, the ability to disaggregate by sex isn't really there.
In a sense, what we're doing is like coming up with a vision. Through the theory of change work, we can check this vision, for example, with our colleagues in Kenya.
What's amazing about collage is that it's an interpretation of both the audience and the creator, and there's, even though you're not together, there's that's the case with art, isn't it? There's a dialogue going on that's happening in real time. We're finding new ways of sending our message out there. So we're going to try and design with intent.
I like this one as well. I mean, this is just a model of cars, which is improving every year. So just representing that the research and the funding development will improve every year and will get better.
These are just more like icons, so like pills, but we've got a few of those. A heart and like cartoony style things.
Inspired with sort of fragility, overthinking, and just quite stylistic.
Gear Up is ideally trying to shift the lens away from siloed approaches to both in terms of One Health, so with animal health, plant health, human health, but also siloed approaches to equity and move beyond a focus on sex to consider gender and also consider intersectionality, so the way that different dimensions of equity overlap and affect each other to create unique and specific experiences. AMR affects people differently, and not just across genders but across multiple dimensions of equity in these various different domains. Addressing AMR in a wider global sense requires understanding the complex, often quite complex social reasons why infection spreads.
For me, the feet, I can sort of imagine a set of feet as a bridge to the next, on the progress trail.
How does it make you feel to look at it?
Proud that we created it.
It's got a really positive vibe. It's inspiring. I think it's got lovely vibrant colours that are very positive.
Yeah.
How about, do we think we could have a title for it?
Walking to equity or Journey to Equity.
Journey to Equity. I like that.